What is up, you guys? We are back for range vlog number 2. Also, peep the new ink. It's great. I'll show y'all how that went in a second here. Alright, so we are on our way to Easy Cowboy Tattoo. It's my first time ever getting any type of ink on my body. And it's going to be to memorialize Theodore. It's his little paw print and everything. I'll show you here. This little joker. Just gonna get that put probably on like my forearm or somewhere like that. Hey, what's up? Hey, you. Cute little joker. Loves the belly rubs, you know. This is not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, guys. I was over here tripping. Oh no, not too bad. Getting the chalk on my hands per usual. Let it dry. The palms are white. We're ready to go. So we're going to swap out my defense mag for some practice mags. Start with the simple 5 rounds center mass single-handed like we always do. Get that trigger pull nice and good. So pretty good so far. A little low. Happy with that. Let me see how that looks. Not gonna lie, I'm happy with how that went right there. I'm just gonna say. Alright, trigger pull is improving. One-handed, keeping the shots pretty close there. I'm gonna try some draws and shoots in a second here, see how that goes. One hands are great to start to understand the trigger pull. It lets me understand where my whether my wrist is breaking or not. That is good data for me to it's good data for me to know for in a second here when I go to two-handed shots. Right on there. Show you what we did. So here's what I mean by my wrist was okay. These shots up here, all of them I was shooting with one hand, and right as I pulled the trigger, the heel of my palm went like this a tiny bit, mostly because I was trying to keep my hand from shaking too much. That's causing those right there. I had one where I really yanked it, you can see that right there. Then I had a couple where I was a little too meaty with my finger. That was those there. And then lastly, I had one or two my hand slightly dipped down. That was these right here. Now, most of that is just because when you're pulling the trigger on a Glock and you're trying to keep it steady, if you over grip, you start to shake like this, and then things start to overcompensate. So, having your support hand, which is two-handed, helps you kind of mitigate all of that so that you stay a bit more on target. The last 5 rounds that I did all stay within the paper because the support hand to keep me there, give me a little more accuracy. I highly recommend that you do at least 20 rounds single-handed before you transition to firing with both hands as a warm-up before you start your actual shooting for the day, because it gives you a lot of data as to what your main hand, your firing hand, is doing when you're shooting two-handed, and then you can start to work to mitigate that. Alright, we're going to do some dubskis right now. Alright, it's draw and twos. Let's go. I forgot to put around it, so probably going to ace that. That felt great. That was impeccable. those. Very happy with those. We're still at 7 yards right now, just because I'm getting acquainted. I'm gonna move to 10 yards here. See how those go. See if there's any discrepancies. This is where that usually starts to happen at. So far so good. Pretty happy with that. I'm actually going to try a little something today. We're going to go 2 aiming like for the hip girdle area, and then a 3rd one center mass. All right. It's a favorite of mine to drill for not competitions, but rather for actual defensive scenarios. That was spicy. Pretty good there. The next one I'm going to do, since I've got 5 rounds left in this first box, is pretty simple. We're going to go 3 hip girdle, 2 in the center, and then hopefully 1 box. So we're going to call this the meth head. Would probably like to gotten a little bit higher or a little tighter on the head box, but at the end of the day, it would have hit him in the cheekbone, like right here. We have finished box number 1. Moving on to box number 2. Do some 3s again. Just kind of enjoying these hip girdle drills. Might, just for shits and giggles, make the target transition a bit more dramatic and go 2 hip girdle, 1 head box, just to see what happens more than anything. 2 hip girdle, 1 head box, see if I can't make that happen. There we go. I'm gonna try that again. Alright, so that target going to the head box, that's gonna take some getting used to. Try that again here. 1 was low, 1 was, it still hit him, but it would have probably just made him bleed and scared. I like my targets dead, not scared. That 3rd shot is hard for me to get. I'm gonna have to slow it down some. These reps are significantly lower quality than I would like right now. Ah, there we go. That finally did the trick. I just had to slow down my reps, which is a pretty common occurrence for me, for being honest. If I tend to get impatient on my shooting, and I want to shoot like Jerry Michalik, and then I realize I'm not Jerry Michalik. So when I go to pull the trigger, sometimes I do this whole number on this hand, and that causes my gun to jump all over the place. There's a chance that I might, in a second here, bring it back to like, actually I might keep it at 10 yards, but I might some single-handed again to see if I can't improve that a little bit. That was better though. And that one was pretty much dead on. I'm going to do a couple single-handed shots into a small target, aka the head box. See if I can't start to correct some of that issue that I was having. I'm not going to worry about drawing on this one. This is purely trigger control. There. Good. That's in. Very interesting to know. I'll show you really quickly what this looks like. So you can see here on the head box, I had one that was dead on. Then I had two here, and then these other ones as well. One of these was from when I was having some rougher reps. But that is indicative that when I'm pulling the trigger, my wrist is doing this to a certain extent, which is causing them to jump over to the right some, jump up a little higher than I would like. So we're gonna see what we can do to fix that in a second. 5 more rounds, one hand. I'm gonna see if I can improve to a certain extent. Here we go. All right. Okay. Still a little high, but I'm getting it to creep back in. So you can see we went here, 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 and here, which is starting to bring it over so it's not breaking right so much. Now I am noticing, and it might just be because I have a stock trigger in here, and it might just be because I suck at shooting, that whenever I go to pull the trigger, you'll see the red dot. Because I have to go back a good bit before I find the wall of the trigger, it causes my slightly shake. So we're gonna do 3 drills, 3 rounds on target. And I'm gonna keep them pretty much all the same. Just 3 rounds, same target. We're not doing any transitions here. First one is gonna be hip girdle. Second one will be center mass. Third one will be head. Oh my God, that draw was shitty. Let's try that again. Much better. Good. Good. Not bad. Do a good old-fashioned bill drill. I always like to finish off feeling like John Wick. Did the trick. All in all, pretty happy with how that went. I definitely still need to improve the trigger control. That's going to be something that I'm going to work on probably for several months. Continue to get better at that point. But it may also come down to just consistency or maybe it's just round count, because I only get to shoot 150 to 200. You can only do that in dry fire because a lot of it is my first shot, a lot of it is my second and my third and things like that. Just continue to improve, and then hopefully as finances allow, we will improve and increase that round count. But again, from a combative standpoint or from a self-defense standpoint, every single one of those shots will be enough to put someone down, so can't be mad about that. I just want to get to the point where from a standpoint we can actually get that locked in. But we're all done. Over.